Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Rosvalina Joabintu Rusna. My metric number 205925. I pass to the Rahman.
Hello, my name is Rahman Hazi and my matrix number is 200213 and I will pass to Yi Yun.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Yin Iyun, and my metric number is 206236. I'll pass it to Ilham.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Ilham. My number is 1925.
Hello, my 64. I pass it to Faizah.
Hello, my name is Wanifaiza binti Bashani. My metric number is 193280.
Hi.
Hello, my name
Hi, my name is Siti Hazan binti Hazanan and my metric number is 203904.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Milareni binti Banjar and my metric number is 196521.
And hi everyone, my name is Shaidatul Shamira binti Amran and my metric number is 196844.
I think everyone is done right. So can we proceed with our movie review, which is Miss Peregrine Home for Peculiar Children. We will start with Rose Farhana.
Okay. For me, this movie is very interesting. They haven't seen a fresh face about 70 years, and this will do. But they are in danger, you see, because in the X-Men's world, there are also bad ones. Here, they're the peculiar who use their power to take over the time lords or something, and they will stay alive is by eating as or something. The Baron Usmo Jackson play with the kind of scenery chewing he called do in his sleep, but what they want is never clear. So they are never too frightening. And I like the most about the makeup suitable with the setting of the film. It's really like it's really look like a fantasy movie. That's all for me. I pass to the Muhammad Ilham.
Hello everyone. I think this movie is suitable for the age above 13 years old because they are a little bit scary and bloody in this movie. For example, the Hello Kids and the particular child, they they eat their eyes to let them back to normal size. And for the rating for this movie, I think it was 7/10, which is my opinion. It 7/10, which is quite good for this kind of this fantasy movie. I think this movie uh, because I think this movie have 7/10 because this movie have good theme and moral value inside the characters, which can be a role model for all the children. And I love this movie because I love how the children cooperate each other and protect each other. They taking how to get together and asking anything back. Every children have every children in the movie they have different peculiarity which attracted me to watch the movie. I love to watch the movie because I love to watch how they use their superpower to do something or to kill the bad ones. I think that's all for me. Thank you. I will pass to Rahmi.
Okay, from my point of view, this movie is good and interesting, whereby they have an interesting plot, whereby the development of the characters are good in the particular parts. But from my opinion, I would give this movie 8 out of 10 because sometimes you don't understand how these characters develops, how this character comes from, why this character needs to be involved in this movie, why they few peculiars are not identified as peculiars, and the greed of some pupils. So I don't understand some of the things. So I think that few of the things needs to explain more detailed in the next movie or in the next series or whatsoever, because I found that uh, this movie needs a series or need another movies whereby it can follow the patterns of Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, whereby they tell the peoples about the characters. What is the characters? Who is the characters? How the characters develops? As we can see in the Fantastic Beasts, we could know that Albus Dumbledore, how he becomes Albus Dumbledore, what happens between them. So I think that in this movie, Miss Peregrine, they should also create a series, a new movies where they can create a story for Miss Peregrine or for Abe or for Jake, so that people will watch it next time. So for this movie, I will rate it 8 out of 10. The 2 is because of a few things that I found it not reaching my standards. So it is 8 out of 10. So I will pass to Yi Yun.
Okay. Now my turn. As from my point of view, I think that Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is quite interesting because I found it is cross between X-Men and Harry Potter. So performances are great. I like Eva Green as Miss Peregrine. She was her character very well. I also like when Miss Peregrine talks really fast and it sounds really nice and proper to me. Other than that, I also like all the children strange abilities. Some are really fun, some are just adorable. For me, a little bit annoying, such as Enoch. But there's something that I quite disappointed in this movie, which is about the character development. I wish that the director and so on will explain more about some character, for example, the twin character, the little girl named Claire, because I really want to know like how they get their power, things like this and so on. I think that as my point of view, I quite disappointed with this movie because which is Jake is quite boring. For me, it's boring. Which surprised me because he is the main character, right? He just doing nothing but only ask questions. So yeah, there's nothing that compared to others. So I think that's all for me. I pass to Yun.
Okay, in my point of view, this movie is quite interesting, but at the behind part is more interesting than the front part. And I think it's a bit scary for me because I'm the type who don't watch the horror movie. So this kind of genre is a bit unexpectedly scary for me. But as I said before, it's quite interesting for me. Like some of the part, like it shows the characters with no eyes, or the hollows, or when they all sit together to eat the peculiar children's eyes. That all is a bit scary for me. But overall, it's good because their all the performances, like Haja said, is good, and the effects, the CG is all doing great. And this movie give me some lesson and it's quite inspiring because it fight for their friendship and also their own good. Even though at the front part of the movie, they all are trying to stay safe. Like they will not do anything, just stay in the time loop to for their own safety. But after that, they need to stand up and fight for their own good. So it's quite inspiring because they become more brave than before, and they stand up to fight for their friendship, their loved one. So this is my point of view about this movie. I will pass it to Faiza.
For me, I think this movie is touching and heartwarming because it has unique and clever storylines. As we can see that the peculiar children make those who feel to be outcast, different, accepted and welcome. So all in all, I think this movie is fun and entertaining, which is suitable for the kids and families. So I think that's all for me. What about Yankee?
Yeah, for me, I feel that this movie is a little bit scary because there was a girl in the castle who could hold a fire in her head, a girl whose feet never touched the ground, and twins who could understand each other without having to speak. Um, they leave her to help from a trouble monsters. After his grandfather death, Jake discovers a letter for Miss Peregrine, which leads him to an island of the coast of Wars, where he lived with the other other place. That's all for me. Next pass to sorry, I don't know how to spell your guy's name.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. In my opinion, what I want to review from this movie, this movie a bit scary, yes, a bit scary with the characters they play. But what I like from the kids, the part of the kids, the part of the children, even though they're children, but they're good doing the character, which is yeah I don't know what I want to talking, but I like the part of the children because they good doing make interesting for me. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. In my opinion, I believe that the movie is overall interesting. I would personally give it a 8 out of 10. And I agree with some of you that it is a scary movie because it involves many some horror scenes. And I also agree with Rahman that I believe that if they included a bit more on some of the side characters in the movie, it would be a lot more interesting. Like they would explain and maybe explain the backstory of some of the other children that were not given enough, that were not given enough screen time in the movie. But overall, I think it is a very interesting movie as the movie concept was different to other fantasy movies. As it involves the children staying in one time loop that was repeating the same day over and over. And I also enjoyed when they work together, when they I really enjoyed the movie. That is all for me.
There should be one more person to give review. Shada to, but she just left. Okay. Okay, Shada, to your review about the movie.
Okay, hello. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, as my opinion, I interesting with this movie because I have been watching this movie about more than 3 times because in this movie have some interesting scenes that is at the middle of the movie. Jack can see the monster, but the others cannot see the monster, and the one at and he think that he only a normal person and doesn't need feeling in feeling coming to the peculiar home. But when he know what his own peculiar, and he try to help the others, like when he help others to fight the monster. Okay. Other than that, I love their own friend. What you call that? Their friendship, when friendship between the children, like when at the end of the movie, the children cooperate each other to fight Mr. Baron with the monsters to protect the others peculiar friends, like Jake and Emma create these strategies to fight the monsters, because only Jake can see the monster. Also, the others, the children, they try their. Okay. Other than that, I very amazing that they only live in the loop and only live in one day. And I feel like everyone want to feel only stay in one day and doing the same thing.
Okay, as we all has reviewed the movie, so we come to the conclusion that this movie has a good rating, and this movie could we could suggest it to our friends or our families or any other our neighbors maybe, so that these movies can be watched by a general audience. So I think that this movie is a good movie. So next we need to discuss about our next meeting. So do you guys okay with next Friday night?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Agree.
Okay.
Agree.
We do it on the next Friday. So for today, it is just thank you. Bye.
Thank you.